Hey guys, welcome back to bass lessons. This is lesson number 2. Okay, so if you are on lesson 2, I expect you to kind of have a good basis of the components of a bass guitar and know what all 4 strings are. Okay. In this lesson, I'm going to be kind of explaining a little bit about music and how the fretboard works. Okay, so in music, you play notes. On a bass, you play notes. Okay, you play notes on the bass, but in order to play the right notes, you have to understand the music alphabet. Okay, so the music alphabet consists of 7 letters. Okay, it's the first 7 letters in the alphabet. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, that is the music alphabet. Doesn't go further. Once you get to G, it starts all over. So it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so although music is a hard thing to grasp, if you think of it as that, just seven letters in the musical alphabet, it does make it a lot easier. So what I'm going to teach you is how to find those notes on the bass guitar, because as a bass player, if you know the fretboard inside out, where these notes are, how to move, how to get a higher sound on some parts of the song, and then move up to the low parts on bigger parts of the song, it makes it a lot easier for you. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G is the musical alphabet. Now, in between each of those are what we call flats and sharps. Okay, so in your notebook, I'll have a picture of the musical alphabet. Okay, so let's just take between A and B right now. Okay, between A and B, there's a flat and there's a sharp. Okay, so the flat would be B flat or A sharp. Okay, so just say you have A right here and you have B right here. Okay, to get in between those, in between A and B, that note is called A sharp or B flat. Okay, so right now, what we're going to do is we're going to call them sharps. We're going to learn from sharps. Okay, so now I'm going to say the musical alphabet with all the sharps in it. Okay, so A sharp, B. Okay, that's how we're going to learn it. Now, there's two letters that do not have sharps or flats in between them. That is B and C and E and F. Okay, so and if you're looking at your paper, you'll be able to tell what I'm talking about. So I'm going to say the musical alphabet with all the sharps in it. Okay, so it goes A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G. Then we go start all over. Okay, so A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. And it starts all over again. Okay? So, if you're having trouble understanding that, look at your folder and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So the best way I know how to explain it is learning it on the bass guitar. Okay, so let's just take this first top string right here. Okay, that's your E string, right? So that's your E. In order, the way it works is I'm just going to go through it. So this is E. If I put my first finger on the first fret of the E string, see how that changes pitches? that now is a F, okay? Because one step up from E is F. There's no sharp in between that, okay? So E, F. Now if I put my finger on the second fret, that is now an F sharp, okay? So E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. So if open note first string is an E, E, first finger, first fret, F. First finger, second fret, F sharp. Okay, move it up one fret to the third fret, that's a G. G sharp, A sharp, B. Now, B and C don't have any sharps in it, so if you move it up one more fret, that is now a C. Okay? Okay, so let's work on the second fret, or the second string. Okay, that's your A string. A string. So if you do open note, when I say open note, that means that you're not putting your fingers anywhere on the fretboard, you're just playing an open note. Okay, so that's an A. Okay, if you take your first finger, second string, put it on the first fret, that comes A sharp. That becomes A sharp. Move it up a fret, that's B. There's no sharps between B and C, so if you move it up to the third fret, that's C. Okay? Move it one more, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Now if you move up one more, what's that? That will be F, because there's no sharps between E and F. F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Okay? So, like I explained at the beginning, once you get to G, which is right here, okay, that's G, that's the end. We went through the whole musical alphabet on the second string. Start at A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. On the 12th fret, A starts all over. Okay? So if we were to go on down, A sharp, B, C, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. So let's go ahead, just for practice, let's go ahead and move down to the third string, okay? Third string, which is your D string, okay? So open note D string is a D, okay? So if we put our finger on the third string, first fret, that becomes a D sharp. Second fret, that becomes an E. No sharps between E and F. That's an F, okay? F sharp, G. G sharp, A. Okay? And the way to check yourself, you say, oh, that's an A. Well, let me make sure I'm right. So you know that your open string, second string, is an A. So that's my third string. Now I can just pluck my second string. See how they line up? They sound the same, just different octaves. This one sounds higher than my second string, but they both sound the same. Now, if I was wrong, say I miscounted and I'm sitting on the G sharp and I want to check myself, see how my second string and my third string sound different now? That way you know you're off. Be like, oh man, I'm off one fret. Okay? So that's how that works. Just for practice, let's go ahead and go to the G string, okay? So if I put my finger on the first fret, so that's a G string. That's an open note G right there, okay? So if I put my finger on the first fret, G sharp, A sharp, B, C C sharp, D, G sharp, E, F, F sharp, right? G. So on the 12th fret again, we're back to our regular G note, okay? And that's how you know what note you're playing. So for this lesson, what I want you to do is I want you to get your notebook out, your folder out with the musical alphabet on it, and I want you to go through each string. I want you to start with your E string, and I want you to go through and go. You should be able to go E, F sharp, G, G sharp. No, I messed up. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and on the 12th fret, you're back to E. Okay? So I want you to be able to go to the 12th fret on each string until your notes start over, okay? Now, I don't expect you to be able to go, right now, I don't expect you to go, me to say, hey, put your finger on the 2nd string, 5th fret, and know what that is, okay? I don't expect that, but I want you to be able to understand how to find the notes on a bass, okay? So start, go E, F sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Okay, let's go. I got that one. Let's go to the A string. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. And we're back to A. Go to the next one. This is a D note. D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, back to D. Okay? So just work on that. It's going to take a little time getting your brain to think that way. But just remember that the musical alphabet is all the way through 7 letters with sharps in between each letter except for B and C and E and F. Okay? So just work on finding notes on the bass, going through those, getting used to it, okay? And then move on to lesson 3.